Welcome back to another episode of the Weed Cap. I'm Caleb, just Caleb here. We're high. I'm here with my lovely, breathtaking, beautiful fiance, Lauren. I have to be extra nice to her because there's certain types of movies that Lauren likes, and the one that I just made her sit through was almost 2 hours long, and it's not the kind of movie that she likes. So without further ado, Lauren, do you want to enlighten everybody what movie I just made you watch?
Yeah, it's called Gleaming the Cube.
Gleaming the Cube, starring Christian Slater, and it came out on January 13th, 1989. It's before both of us were born.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's before both of us were born. And I figured for a nice weekly segment is I'll let you know what was going on in the world when this movie came out. The number one song in the American charts, the number one song in the American charts was "My Prerogative" by Bobby Brown. I think that guy is a wife beater. Didn't he beat somebody?
Bobby Brown,
He beat somebody.
Whitney Houston?
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure it was Whitney Houston.
Because I always get Ike Turner.
Ike Turner beat Tina Turner.
He was a prolific wife beater, but I think Bobby Brown was holding his own over there.
I'm pretty sure it was Whitney Houston.
I don't know who he was beating, but I think he was beating somebody. I think he did a lot of cocaine.
I'm pretty sure it was Whitney.
Because the Bloodhound Gang have a song where they reference fucked up like Bobby Brown's checkbook. So he, at the very least, he was bad at math, and it was widely known. So, anyways, So My Prerogative was the number one song. January 13th, 1989 was 35 years ago, 7 months and 1 day. And it was not a leap year. It was a Friday when this movie came out,
that you included
as most are.
Thank you.
And one other interesting thing is, what was going on in the world was that a guy could work at the Piercing Pagoda and afford a single-family home. So
there's no way the Piercing Pagoda existed back then.
of course it did. I'll Google that right now.
I googled the Bobby.
Okay,
that was real. That was real. It was Whitney Houston.
Google fucking Piercing Pagoda founding year, because I'm about to take you to fucking school. Do I look like the kind of guy who wouldn't know when the Piercing Pagoda? I have no piercings.
Yeah, you don't even have any piercings.
I have my gauges sewn shut.
All right, here we go.
Yes.
1969.
Yeah. So they had already been around for 20 years. God, I'm Bobby Brown over here. I can't do any fucking math. All right, anyways, people, back to Gleaming the Cube. Gleaming the Cube.
It's a terrible movie. You'll never get you think by the title that it's about a cube? No.
I don't think anyone fucking thinks that. But
Gleaming the Cube.
The first thing you see, the movie opens and you get hit with some 80s pop, like some synth 80s pop, like boom,
it's real upbeat, but it's confusing because
and what you see is like 6 boys skateboarding on the runway of a small airport.
They're very angsty about it too. It's like they're doing little
spins and kicks,
and all the while so many airplanes going back and forth on the tarmac. There's just back and forth.
A lot of airplanes near misses as they're skateboarding and doing ollie. The kickflip had not been invented yet, I don't believe. Fun fact: Rodney Mullen is one of Christian Slater's stunt doubles in this movie. He invented the kickflip. So
in this, before this or after?
That part I probably should have researched.
Yeah,
better.
What the heck?
Okay, so you don't care. So anyways,
I really don't.
They pull up to a
man in an airplane and they convince him to take him up.
They're flying over California.
I thought it was because they were just good pals and they wanted to have a good time flight.
No, this is not a good time flight. It's
not even a good time movie, to be honest. But.
No, well, they're flying and they're looking for empty pools.
Yeah.
Because they want to skate, they want to shred those empty pools, and yeah, I mean, I'm gonna real quick. I haven't seen this movie. The last time I watched this movie, I was probably 12 years old, which is a long time ago, and me and my cousin stayed up late and drank. We thought that, like, when we were cool, we were like, oh, we're gonna get fucked up. We're gonna drink so much coffee tonight. That's what we would do. We would wait till everybody went to sleep, and we would drink instant coffees. And my grandmother was a diabetic, so we would put Splenda in them. So this night, we were like, oh, we're gonna go rage. We're gonna pull an all-nighter. And we drank all this coffee, and we watched this movie, I swear to God. We started at like 11 p.m., and we watched it back to back to back.
Oh, no.
The last time I watched this movie. Because it's such a cool movie when you're a 12-year-old boy. When you're a 12-year-old boy, you're like, this is the best thing ever. Skateboarding, we're taking down evil by skateboarding, which was important to me. You know? I was skateboarding for good.
Yeah.
So.
Because you were a skateboarder back then?
I did skateboard.
Something in this movie resonated with you.
I did skate. It's probably the frosted tips. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, we drank all this coffee, and we went outside at like 6 a.m. to go skateboard because we were all jacked up. And my grandmother was so pissed that we had used so much Splenda. She went through and counted. She went through her trash like a crazy person and counted how many Splendas we used on cups of coffee overnight, and it was like 58. Like, it was almost 60 packets of Splenda.
Okay, Splenda was not cheap back then.
No.
I just want you to know, Splenda has gone down over the years, but back in the day, Splenda cost a lot of money.
Well, I don't think it was fine. I think that she was just upset that we used her Splenda. Like, because now...
because you used it willy-nilly.
We used all of it. There was none left. We used what was left.
Rude.
I know. Well, I was 12 years old. Yeah, I was inconsiderate. Well, I was trying to get fucked up on coffee, Lauren.
So you could skateboard around like the boys in this movie?
Yeah. So anyways, 58 cups of coffee. She didn't talk.
No, 58
She didn't talk to me for like an hour.
Was like... Did you drink 58 cups of coffee, or did you use 58 packs of Splenda?
No. We used 50. I probably only had 5 cups, or I don't know what the math is there.
That's a ridiculous amount of coffee for children to be drinking. You guys needed more parental figures.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. So anyways, they're skateboarding in the back of this guy's house, and one of them falls. They call it
blood in the pool.
They call the ambulance. Some cops come. You're introduced to the cool detective Lechero, who's like this Cuban guy who wears...
he does not wear cop clothes. He wears high waters.
High-waisted jeans.
And loafers.
Like he's like a fucking pumpkin spice girl in 2015. He's got the high-waisted jeans. It's mildly erotic.
Ooh.
Erotic.
Okay.
So anyways, the cops are hassling the kids, and the kids decide that the best thing to do is to Sieg Heil back at them. I think I pronounced that right. What they did, what Nazis would do to Hitler. Sieg Heil.
Sieg Heil. I don't know. I'm not even gonna act. I'm not gonna pretend, but I feel like that's wrong.
So anyways, he comes home, and we're introduced to his Asian brother, Vic.
No, he's Vietnamese.
Excuse me?
He's Vietnamese.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We did think he was Asian. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I didn't, but soon in the movie we realized that he's Vietnamese.
Oh, okay. No, I get it.
So just want to point that out.
Okay, no. Yeah, let's laugh it up.
I don't want to stupid.
Yeah, gosh, I feel stupid. Do you think that Vietnam is not an Asian country, Lauren?
No, I do. I'm just saying I do think that you should specify, because it was very clear throughout the movie that he was from Vietnam. There were so many references.
Okay.
They were speaking Vietnamese.
Vic is from Vietnam, just so everyone is clear. If that changes the mental image of him in your head, good on you, because it doesn't for me. And maybe I need to grow and learn as a person, because to me, never mind. So anyway, we also meet their dad. Oh yeah, his brother's Asian because they adopted him.
Yeah, he's obviously an adoptive.
Well, I don't see you jumping in with any fucking cliff notes.
You're over here. Never mind.
We're gonna fight. I'm gonna turn this off, and she's gonna be like, "What the fuck was that?" In the beginning, where like you were saying that I wasn't providing any cliff notes. So I'm looking forward to that. So, anyways,
that's a really good impression of me.
The boys, the adopted brothers, they live in like a shack, like a small ass bedroom, where they have twin beds that look like they could barely hold these boys.
I don't know why
looked
they
like
didn't get separate bedrooms, but they're together in one room, yeah.
The twin bed runneth over with these boys. These are growing boys. These are growing boys. We see that.
They are, like, old.
Yeah, they're
like 16, 17.
Yeah, they're
honestly,
like juniors
maybe
or
even
seniors
about
in
to
high
be
school.
Yeah, no, they're too old to be sleeping one in the same room and two in twin beds. But they do share a table in the middle.
A nightstand, yeah.
And they have an ongoing game of chess where it seems like...
Yeah, once a day they make some moves.
Once a day they do, or like, whatever.
And obviously the Vietnamese boy is whooping Christian Slater's ass.
His name is like Vin.
Vin.
We could just call him Vin. That's the character's name. And Christian Slater's name is Brian in the movie.
Age Vin.
Okay.
Lauren...
Do you like my notes?
Yeah, Lauren wrote a note. We take notes when we write we take notes when we watch these movies. I'm sorry, I'm a little stoned. And Lauren wrote, Asian brother is a freak. Sneaks out with his girlfriend while Christian Slater stays home. Sad.
He was sad. And also, this was before I knew he was Vietnamese.
This is like a fucking...
You told me to take notes.
This is like a Donald Trump tweet. Asian brother's a freak. Sneaks out with his girlfriend while Christian Slater stays home. Isn't that sad, folks? Isn't that sad? He stays at home. He's got frosted tips. He stays at home. No, this is fucking crazy.
I felt like he was jealous because he wanted that relationship. That's why I say he was sad.
He wanted some of that. Oh my God, did he? Okay. Here's something else. The Vin is doing all of Christian Slater's homework, especially math. They make it a point to say math.
There's a lot of racial undertones in this movie, and I don't think it was intentional, but like some of it was just like, okay.
Well, it was 1989. It was a different time. It was when
you're right.
It was when
people weren't woke.
Not only product placement was huge in movies, but also a lot of the movies are like, this was a children's. So like,
oh my God, that's the craziest part of this whole movie.
Go ahead.
This movie was supposed to be rated R.
Clearly, because when you're watching it,
you're watching the people's mouth clearly say fuck, shit, but the words,
the other F word that you shouldn't say is said one time in the film, but there's a couple times where it looks like Christian Slater is calling someone that.
Oh,
his friends, the other F word, which I won't even say what it rhymes with.
Good. Great.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they dubbed that all out, and then they made those characters renew their lines, but like with non-offensive words, and it was just very yeah. He'll be like, I hate it.
What did I tell you about following me, melon farmer? I don't know why I did like an old black man voice. There's no black people in this movie. No, oh my God, there really isn't.
No, some of the cops were black. See, you weren't even paying attention.
Oh, okay, good. So, it's very important. The adopted Vietnamese brother works for his girlfriend's father, who at a Vietnamese video store.
But it's also kind of a front.
Yeah, and here's where it all comes together.
The plot thickens.
Her girlfriend's father was a colonel in the Vietnamese communist resistance.
Vin's girlfriend's father.
It was a colonel in the army. So there's still it's implied. Now I don't know. I'm such a piece of shit that I don't know if this was a real conflict that happened and they based the movie around it, but it's implied that there's a civil war happening in Vietnam, and the guy who owns the video store.
Oh my God, is that why he wanted guns? Oh my God, nuh-uh.
No, he wanted to hang them on his fucking wall.
No, I knew. I thought he was selling them illegally to people. I didn't know he was like sending them back to his home country so that they could fight a war.
Okay, that's fair enough. I'm sorry if my reaction was harsh.
Okay, well that makes me feel a little bad for him because I was like, oh, he's a bad guy because he's doing bad things.
Just by looking at him, he looks like he may have committed some like atrocities.
Yeah, but he's trying to do better.
Some war crimes. He looks like a Vietnamese Cotton Hill. So this is the weird thing is that they say that his dad does the video store, but then out of the back he sells medical supplies wholesale. And the kid Vin,
He's doing the books for this guy.
He's doing all of the accounting for this guy, and they also go out of their way to say, you've been working here for 2 weeks. You're doing a good job, but maybe I need to find someone better. Because what happens is Vin finds a discrepancy in the math of the weight of the shipments, or and
he's trying to be a good guy. He's trying to point it out to his boss, and his boss is like, hey buddy,
shutting it down. He's like, you need to mind your business.
Either you mind your business or we'll find someone else to do your fucking job.
Actually, no. You know what happens, actually, to be honest with you, that's kind of the impression I get. But what actually happened, because you find out later, what happened is this video store clerk, man, the guy who owns it. Oh, also, there's another guy in the video store who's like a stock boy who's evil.
I think he just works there.
Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely evil. He looks like a snake.
The guy who owns the video store, the girlfriend's dad, gaslights Vin into thinking he's done the math wrong.
Yeah,
because
that's what it is. That's really what it is.
He goes, if you can't do this job, I'll find someone else to do it for you. So then the camera immediately pans to him laying on his bed with his shirt open, smoking a cigarette. And Christian Slater walks in, and he's like, what the hell are you doing? Also, you took a note that Christian Slater is eating a killer sandwich.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad, because that's how crazy it is that we've been together for like a decade. Is that in my head I went, that looks like a killer sandwich.
No, you said it out loud, honey.
Oh,
you didn't say killer, but you're like, damn, that's a good sandwich.
Oh, fuck.
And I was like, yeah, that is a really good sandwich. It was like 3 fucking pieces of bread with like meats and a fucking lettuce and stuff. Yeah, that was a good sandwich.
It was a Dagwood. Big old Dagwood, for sure.
Honey, I don't know what that is.
A Dagwood is like a Scooby-Doo sandwich.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll educate you after the podcast. Yeah. I don't want to talk sandwiches.
No, this isn't the sandwich podcast.
Yeah.
This is...
So,
podcast about
Christian Slater's like, what's wrong? Why are you smoking? He's like, I just started smoking.
Today.
Yeah, I started smoking today. And he's got his shirt all open. And he's looking sad. And Christian Slater's like, what's wrong? And the kid goes like...
He has like a revelation.
Yeah, he's like, I know I did those figures right. Oh my God, I know I did it. And then he takes off. But like the implication of that is that when he just thought that he did a math problem wrong, he'd immediately decided to start smoking cigarettes and lounging around his room like some sort of French artist.
Yeah, he's like,
just like holding a cigarette up. Yeah, he's like,
he's completely given up.
Yeah, I've lost it. I've lost my touch. I'm a moron. It's crazy.
Meanwhile, he's like a 17-year-old fucking kid.
Yep. So Vin goes down to the medical supply factory.
He's trying to get to the
bottom of it.
Why are the weights wrong?
He climbs a fake tree.
It was a pole.
It was a pole with some branches taped to it, obviously. And then there's a montage where he's walking around with a camera, but because it's an old-time camera, it has one of those flash bulbs on top of it. Yeah. And he's just pointing it in random directions
some sort of
and
flashing
montage.
It's kind of scary.
And then the next thing that happens is Mr. Wilhelm from Seinfeld catches him, and he's got a gun, and he's like...
Dude, Vin is like, police? He says, police? And he goes, no.
He goes, yeah, owner. Goes, owner. Yeah, owner. And then they cut to a shot of a wet towel being wrung out.
Yeah, in the sink.
In a sink. And then you see the henchman, the video store, stock boy henchman, whatever you want to call him.
He's a snake man.
Snake man. He comes out, and they have Vic on a motel bed. Vin, I'm sorry. And him and Mr. Wilhelm are choking him with the towel and, like, trying to...
Like, literally, like, it's like waterboarding, but not, because they're just choking him out with a wet-ass towel.
Yeah. And then Mr. Wilhelm goes outside because the girlfriend's dad shows up. And to the girlfriend's dad's
credit, he did try to save him.
He was like, well, we'll just explain it.
I know this guy.
Yeah, he's like, he's a good boy. I'll explain it to him. Everything will be fine. But when they go back in, the henchman is crying because
killed him.
He choked him out. And he's like, I've never killed anyone before.
He's like, I've had this done to me. Yeah. Which is like weird because it's like, what do you mean by that?
So then they leave. And then the next thing you see is a hotel maid cleaning rooms. And she walks into Vin's room. Vin?
No, it's Vin.
Vin. Okay.
V-I-N-H.
Like the diesel. Like the diesel. So.
Sort of.
She screams, and then they pan, and Vin is hanging by his fucking neck off the shower curtain, rod.
Yeah.
Like he's been hung.
He's been committed suicide.
Yep. And then
police come.
Police come.
Family's notified.
Christian Slater's dad decides to go to school and tell him right in front of the school. And Christian Slater's like, no. And then,
he literally only says no one time.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He goes, no.
It's like this dramatic scene where his dad's trying to tell him, he's like, Dad, don't touch me. I hate you. What are you doing? Because they don't have a good relationship. And then you can hear his dad be like, he committed suicide.
Yeah.
And all Christian Slater says is, no.
And then cut to a scene of
a funeral.
No.
What happened next? I don't remember.
Pop music and Christian Slater.
Oh my god, because he's got to skate through the pain.
He's at a half pipe that looks like it's in a jungle somewhere.
He has to skate through the pain.
And he's got to skate through the pain. So he's got
this was a skateboarding movie.
A real determined. Oh my god. Did I not mention that?
No, it's just with everything happening.
Oh, Christian Slater's a skater boy, and
no, we did mention that.
So he said, "See you later, boy," and then, so basically they're on a half pipe.
It's just him by himself.
Yeah,
Christian Slater's dealing with. He's crying.
I just didn't want to. Yeah,
he's crying on the half pipe.
He's crying, but he's also skating.
Trying to deal with his emotions.
He's skating really hard, and
then it's the funeral.
Then it's the funeral, and they pan it to monks performing a funeral for Vin.
I think it's a Vietnamese traditional funeral.
Well, they're dressed like monks. That's not racist to say.
It's probably like a Vietnamese priest.
They're in orange robes and they're banging gongs. So I mean,
there could be monks in Vietnamese culture. I have no clue.
There could be. So what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Okay.
I just don't know for sure.
Well, I feel comfortable saying that they were monks.
And then they also did a little Lord's Prayer, so there was like some Christianity sprinkled in.
Shaved heads. They were wearing orange robes, and they were banging gongs and chanting. If that's not a monk, I don't know what is. I know monks.
I didn't know you're a monk expert. I'm sorry.
I've seen Ace Ventura too. Okay, I know a monk. I've seen Anger Management, where Dewey Cox plays a fucking monk. I know monks.
Alright, jeez.
I watched Seinfeld, where they go to Monk's Diner.
Anyway, so there were some monks on there, and Christian Slater is not seated at his brother's.
Christian Slater?
Slater.
See a Slater, dude.
Slater.
Christian Slater.
Slater.
So anyway, they're doing a.
He's not there, but he shows up.
Yeah, he skates up to it, dressed like George Michael. He's wearing a white T-shirt and a black blazer, and he walks dramatically over to the coffin.
And he sets a chess
interrupts
piece.
the monks, by the way, and then sets a chess piece on the
casket there.
Yeah. So then Christian Slater kind of gets curious. He's like, I don't think Vin. I'm sorry.
He didn't kill himself. Christian Slater knows. He's trying to get to the bottom of it.
So then he goes to the motel. And he also, by the way, so as he's pulling up to the motel, so this whole movie, anytime they show him traveling, he's on a skateboard, but he's like doing tricks, and then like he's immediately off the board.
It's almost as if they're making it seem like the tricks are giving him speed, when in actuality, like, if you really think about it, there's no fucking way. Like, that man is doing kickflips, and it's literally slowing him down.
Yeah, and the kickflip hadn't been invented yet.
I don't know skateboarding terms. He's doing little spinny spins. He's doing a little turn. He's doing a stop go.
He's doing a lot of power slides. He's doing a lot of manuals.
There's the technical terms.
He's doing at the motel. He board slides up a curb and then is just at the
throws himself into the maid.
Yes, like runs into the maid and is like,
who found my brother? He said, who found that kid who killed himself?
Yeah, and she goes, maybe I did, kid. What's it to you? And then he's like, that boy was my brother. And she goes, what do you think? I'm stupid or blind?
And then she walks away crying.
She walks away, and he doesn't say anything.
I would have been like, my adopted
brother would probably have been. But anyways, Christian Slater, the whole time, is being followed by the store clerk, Snake Man.
Snake Man, because every time he comes on the scene, what does it do? It does a little rattle, like a like when the bad guys come on. You're right.
Like it hits like a Dave Balboa, like a.
No, because Dave Balboa was like good.
Yeah, you're right.
But this guy was like snake, like a rattlesnake, like.
She hits a Dale Gribble.
It
So
might be a
anyways,
Shusha.
so he's being followed. Long story short, Christian Slater will not be outsmarted.
No.
And he
He
realizes that he is being followed, and he
Right.
jumps in the back of Snake Man's car and hides himself under a blanket.
Right.
At which point he ends up at some sort of orchard or orange grove where
A secluded area.
Mr. Wilhelm, the girlfriend's dad, and the henchmen are all meeting up. The henchman, Snake Man, tries to blackmail the girlfriend's dad and Mr. Wilhelm.
And
A fight breaks out. Long story short,
Snake Man gets...
Mr. Wilhelm pops a cap in...
Pop. He did.
Yeah, in Vic vinegar.
No. It was Snake Man who died. Snake Man died.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My bad.
Vin has been dead. Christian Slater's in the back of the truck. I mean, it's a car. It's a caddy. I don't fucking know what it is. Basically, they throw the dead guy in the back of the car, and then everybody leaves. And Christian Slater's like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. He literally runs away on foot, even though he has a skateboard. I thought he was going to skateboard away.
Well, it was a dirt road, Lauren.
Okay, but you're telling me, did he run all the way back home? Either way, he goes, he gets the cops. The cops come to where he swears that this car is. Car's not there. Everybody thinks he's crazy, right? They're like, you need to drop this kid. Don't worry about it.
The scene's clear.
Yeah.
When, you know, there. So, wait, what did you just say?
You're not listening to me when I'm talking.
No, I didn't
was
mean
just
to.
saying. You didn't mean to?
To be honest with you, I just went down the whole stoned
To
high
be
spiral.
honest with you, this fucking movie sucked, which is why we can't really remember it. And
No,
he's seen it twice.
I was just trying to figure out what Vic vinegar is, but then I realized it's from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. But I was over here having like a...
You were in your own world
Yeah.
while I was talking.
Yeah, so... did you say the cops come back?
Yes, I
Yeah, the cops
said
come
all
back.
that.
The scene is clear. So what I said was relevant. We could have just been like, you just could have given me a nod, and I would have been like, oh yeah.
No, because I could tell you weren't fucking paying attention.
Okay, so then his buddy lives in a bomb shelter. Christian Slater's buddy lives in a bomb shelter.
One of the skateboarding children.
They go down there. They hang out.
Actually,
Now-
it was really fucking cool. That was really pretty good.
Yeah, that was the coolest part of the movie. Then Christian Slater has to skate hard again because he gets back in his feelings.
He gets back in his feelings because no one's believing him that his brother didn't kill himself. And
Yep.
the cop keeps being like, you need to leave this alone. Lucina, whatever his name was, the Cuban guy.
And then Christian Slater goes and visits his brother's grave and
Has
says,
a nice little chat.
my favorite line of the movie.
Which is? You wrote it down?
Yes, I did.
Go.
That's the difference between you and me. I've just never been good at finishing.
Oh.
So anyway.
Okay.
Can't relate. So so basically he's saying like, I bought a model ship. Remember I bought that model ship?
Yeah, and he couldn't finish it. And he was upset because his adopted brother had the will or the power or whatever
to
the fuck
finish
to finish it.
all over.
All of the...
Not in their room though, because they shared a room and they didn't strike me.
It'd be
as, like,
inappropriate to finish it in the room in front of someone else. Is that what you're talking about right now?
I mean, if I wouldn't be jerking off in a room with my
They were
Vietnamese
talking
adopted
about
brother.
They were talking about a
I
model
don't know why
airplane.
Vietnamese matters.
They were talking about a model airplane, honey. Finishing a model airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
This is when Christian Slater, whose name is Brian, by the way, in this movie, he gets a change of heart, and I'm pretty sure he goes.
well, that's because he starts fooling around with Vin's girlfriend.
That's what I'm saying. He decides that he needs to get close to her to feel closer to his brother, and in order for this girl to even be friends with him, he has to completely change who he is as a person. So we have now a montage of him going home and getting rid of all his punk clothes, ripping his posters off the wall, taking his piercings out, removing his
fingerless glove. His one
glove.
fingerless glove, like he's fucking George Michael.
And then the final straw was that he fucking cut his hair.
He cut all of his frosted tips off. And
off.
somehow his hair got longer.
Also,
He's-
it was a
he's-
professional cut. Like, it looked like somebody buzzed it in the back, and there's no way that man did that to himself.
With a pair of scissors.
With a pair of, yeah.
Well, then the other interesting thing was
He
that...
looked good, though, when he got cleaned up.
Oh. So the other interesting thing is that he also starts carrying a briefcase to school.
Yeah, no, he drops the skateboard and everything.
And walks to school, and then...
But the girl likes him, which just says a lot, honestly, about females. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, could you just change your entire personality for me, and then I'll like you?
I mean, sometimes girls be doing that, and then also sometimes boys be doing that.
Why are you looking at me like that? I just asked you to change a goddamn thing.
Honey, we've been together for 10 fucking years. I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about the world in general.
Well, anyways. I don't know why.
Anyway,
I got a nice
we have to finish this fucking movie.
Live resin is doing very well on me.
This movie took forever, and now this podcast is taking forever.
The problem is the last note that I took was...
Yeah, you don't remember shit. That's why I'm running things now. Listen to me. Look at me. Look at me in the eyes. I'm the captain now. Okay,
go ahead. Give me some more live resin.
Yeah, take the cart, sure. So anyway, now that Christian Slater is a new man, his dead brother's now ex-girlfriend, because she's ex because he died, likes him, and so they become friends, and he uses this as an excuse to get closer to her dad, who he knows is the root of his brother's death.
Yep.
And so one night they're in there chilling. He goes, "Hey, can I ask you something personal?" And she's like, "Oh my God, yeah." And he's like, "Where's your bathroom?" And she goes, "Oh, it's right." Like, literally, she just pointed behind her. And he had to go through a couple hallways to get there.
Can I ask you something personal? I've got to make plops. Where do I do that? Like, what? It's like he implied he had to shit.
No. Who's
says? Bashful about pee?
No, I'm sorry. If you need to use the restroom in anyone's house, you'd be like, "Where's your bathroom?"
Right.
You don't say, "Hey, can I ask you something personal?"
Yeah.
And then be like, "Where's your bathroom?" That's fucking weird. Anyway, he goes and he does some snooping and he does some stealing from her dad's office because, of course, he didn't go to the fucking bathroom. We all knew that. What did he steal?
A lighter. A lighter that was engraved.
Engraved with her father's name.
Yep.
And he's got a plan, right? So his plan is he's going to go back to this factory late at night, which, surprisingly, after the 2 other break-ins that this factory has had, all they've gotten is security guards, which have guns, but this little boy on a skateboard is able to outsmart them. And he traps them in a trailer with some fireworks, fucking shoots them down the hill, and all of a sudden he's blowing up a gasoline tank on the side of this building.
It was propane. Just wanted to be clear.
It was a propane tank.
It was propane, and he fiddled with some propane accessories before.
Well, to the nitty gritty, I thought he was trying to blow up the whole operation. Come to find out, he was just trying to make a little
sham.
A little sham.
Gotcha. Just trying to make a little sham.
He was just trying to stir the shit.
It's important to shimmer there. Jesus Christ. The craziest thing is, like, it's the thing. Okay, the thing about this podcast is that we're getting so high, and it's cool. We were doing that anyways. We literally we're daily smokers. We do it, but the problem is that
it's late at night.
Well, it's late at night, but it also makes this feel like homework because
you feel like you're doing homework.
I do. No, not the pot. This part's fun, but while I'm watching the movie, I feel like Mr. Fernandez just gave. Do you remember worksheets?
Who's Mr. Fernandez?
My 8th grade science teacher, and he would always be like, "We're gonna watch a movie," and I'd be like, "I love that's like my favorite thing."
And every time they'd pull out a movie, they'd be like, "And here's a worksheet you have to fill out." And so it would take all the.
It's like, well, how am I supposed to watch the movie then? Fuckface. No wonder your wife left you.
Okay.
Fernandez.
That's not nice.
She did. She left him, and he got gastric, and he bounced back. So no worries.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Oh my God. Yep. And genuinely, when I was in high school, his wife left him, and then he got gastric, and then everything's cool. What the fuck was that?
The plant light went off.
Was there a light change?
No, the plant light went off. Because it's
got me all
late at night.
Paranoid and shit. I feel like
anyway,
Mr. Wilhelm's stalking me.
We're gonna finish this movie.
Okay, good.
We're gonna finish this movie. So after he blows it up, it causes a stir. The Mr. Wilhelm and girlfriend's dad are on to this guy. They're like, somebody is trying to penetrate our business. And so, girlfriend's dad starts getting a little freaked out. Girlfriend's dad, and he has a name, I don't know what it is. He starts calling. He's like, "I gotta protect my wife. I gotta protect my daughter."
Mr. Wilhelm?
I don't know who the fuck he's calling his uncle. He's calling his family. He's trying to protect his family.
Okay, we're just gonna look. We're
No, let me just finish it up real quick.
Hold on, no, because I'm gonna tell you the most important thing that happens is that his friend builds him the coolest skateboard.
Oh my god.
Of all time.
He comes up with a plan with the cops somehow and also his friends to take these people down. And his friend in the bomb shelter builds him some sort of metallic metal.
It looks like it's made with alloys.
I don't even know.
Oh, I would be remiss if we didn't mention the Pizza Hut truck because just like last week's
movie was sponsored by McDonald's and Coca-Cola. This week's movie was sponsored by Pizza Hut and Coca-Cola.
Correct. Coca-Cola really had a stranglehold on the movie beverage arena.
I haven't seen a Pepsi in anything.
There was actually Pepsi in this, but it was on a billboard. But like I don't. Well, I'm saying like I don't think it was on purpose. Like I think they might have such a low rent piece of shit movie because they were pushing Coke hard. It really was a piece of shit. You know, this movie definitely did not. So, anyways.
They come up with a plan. Christian Slater's all about it. He's trying to get it, into action. All the while, Mr. What's his name? Wilhelm is coming. He steals girlfriend and also kills girlfriend's dad.
Yep.
It had to happen. He takes her, steals the cop car because the fucking detective is in on this. Like he's trying to help Christian Slater because he believes him now. But anyway, now they're on this crazy, crazy chase. Like, it's actually ridiculous how long this fucking car chase.
For the people at home, basically what happens for the skaters at home is that the skaters at home. So all of our skaters, all of our
skater listeners here.
All of our ones of fans around the world.
Yeah. The 3 people who fucking listen. Thanks.
All right, well, that's rude. I'm just trying to have some fun, do something productive.
I don't know.
But anyways.
If the skaters are listening to us.
The skaters are listening. And for the skaters at home, he performs on his board, Christian Slater performs skitching. And that'll mean something to the skaters. For the non-skaters, skitching is when you grab the back from me or someone else.
Yeah, from
Thank
me
God.
During the meet.
So, skitching is when you grab the back of a car and you hold on to it while you're riding a skateboard.
Also, he's doing stupid fucking tricks the entire time.
Yes, he's doing manuals, but then the people they're chasing, Mr. Wilhelm and them, they crash.
The cops do.
And Mr. Wilhelm is holding people at gunpoint, and Christian Slater stops sketching off the back of the car, and he goes up a quarter pipe, flies through the air, does an indie grab for my skaters, my real skaters out there. For my real skaters out there.
The real ones.
Yeah. Where are all the real skaters at? Hit us up, the Weed Cap on Instagram. Hashtag where's my skaters, my real skaters. So he does a sick melon indie grab, and he hits Mr. Wilhelm in the face, knocking him out. Taking the gun away and rescuing everybody, and that's it.
His boys were also following him in the Pizza Hut truck and on their skateboards. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know what they were there for.
Can we talk about Pizza Hut truck guy being a down ass motherfucker?
All of his friends were down ass motherfuckers.
Well, not only that, but Pizza Hut truck guy, that's presumably his personal truck, and he's got the Pizza Hut on top of it, not like a normal pizza delivery hut.
I don't think that was his personal truck.
Okay, well,
because they called him and they said, "Do you still have the truck?"
Well, did they?
Yeah, that's how that whole plan. They were like, "Hey, do you have the truck?"
My bad. Okay, well so that's Gleaming the Cube. I'm gonna read you some movie facts, Lauren.
Oh, by the way, the fucking Christian Slater and the girlfriend get together at the end, which who couldn't? I knew that. I called that from the beginning. I said Christian Slater's trying to fuck that girl.
One of these 3 facts is true.
True, and the other 2 are not.
Correct, and you have to try to guess which one it is. Okay.
Okay.
During an interview with Ride Channel on YouTube, Christian Slater practiced skating for 6 months before filming and admitted to having never learned how to ollie. And ollie is when you push your back foot down and you slide your front foot up and it carries the board up. It's like a jump. It's your basic, like a bunny hop, but for a skateboard.
Okay.
So he admitted to never having learned how to ollie. He also confessed to hating his helmet as it looked phallic in appearance. Christian was quoted as saying it looked like Clark Gable's big floppy cock.
That doesn't feel right.
Okay, that it can be your opinion, but I got to read the other 2.
I have to hear the other 2.
This was the world famous skater Tony Hawk's first movie appearance. You know who Tony Hawk is?
Yeah, I know who Tony Hawk is, but he would have had to been like a stunt double or whatever, dressed up as Christian Slater.
This would have been Tony Hawk's first movie playing a character, if this is true.
Right, because usually they were like,
Right.
this is Tony Hawk.
Right, exactly. And then when Brian and his friends are flying over Disneyland, they briefly sing the chorus to the song Stukas Over Disneyland by legendary Los Angeles punk band Maple Queef.
That one is incorrect because I watched the movie. That didn't happen.
What are you talking about?
That didn't happen. So I know that's incorrect. And also, Maple Queef does not sound like a real name.
Well, it's like Maple Leaf, but Maple
I
Queef.
understand, but I don't
And
think
whoever came up with that band name probably is a pretty handsome looking guy. Whoever
I know
thought,
he's handsome.
Whoever thought
I can see that he's handsome. All I'm saying is
this is some bullshit because all I did
that was obvious.
No, this is bullshit because all I did was change the name of the band. I was waiting. That's all I did. I copy and pasted the IMDb fact, and I pasted it here, and I changed it to Maple Queef instead of Maple Leaf because someone on a podcast I was listening to while I was doing this.
Is that the true fact?
What?
Wait.
No, that's not the true fact.
Because of the Maple Queef.
Because of the Maple... I was waiting for you to be like, and I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. It was actually Stukas Over Disneyland by legendary Los Angeles punk band The Dickies, not Maple Queef. So,
Okay. Well, I forgot what the other two were.
Tony Hawk's first movie.
Okay.
Or during an interview with Ride Channel,
Oh yeah, no,
he
no,
hated
the phallic.
Clark
looking-
Gable's big
Who's
floppy.
Clark Gable? I don't even know.
He's the man with the skinny mustache. He was a big actor, Clark Gable, before
That's a
these
great
times.
description.
And apparently, the rumor in the
He had a
industry
big
is he has a
floppy
big floppy cock, like Huey Lewis. Your aunt told us that Huey
Oh, yeah,
Lewis
she did.
has a fucking hammer on
She said
him.
it was huge.
Yeah. Yep. Huey Lewis and his big old floppy
So
cock.
I have to. It's hard because that first one was so detailed. It feels like
Mm-hmm.
it has to be true, and the Tony Hawk one feels like it. But also, it could be true because I don't know which one.
Sorry if you guys just heard a noise. Our dog was readjusting on the couch and made some groans.
Yeah, she's been snoring. I'm gonna go with. Are there numbers or the letters? Option A, option 1, option
It doesn't
two?
matter. The middle one or the first
The
one?
first one.
The first one.
I think it's true.
No, actually, I made that up entirely.
Of course you did, because it's so detailed. I should have known.
Tony Hawk is Pizza Hut delivery driver. That's Tony Hawk. It was his first movie. He was like 17. Yeah.
Dude, that makes so much sense. I was looking at that guy. I'm like, why the fuck does that nose look familiar?
Yeah.
That nose, that looks so
Yeah.
familiar. I've never recognized the nose before because it was Tony Hawk's
It was
nose.
Tony Hawk's nose. Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
So I just wanted to talk to you, and I hope some people who are listening, because it looks like people actually are listening, which is really cool.
Which I'm
We don't-
grateful for as well. I'm not
Yeah,
trying
I mean,
to, I
we're
love
not-
everybody.
We're not killing the numbers, but like a lot more people are listening after a
cool.
2-year hiatus, and
I hear the ladies. The ladies. are
a
listening.
large percentage of ladies are listening.
That's nice. I like that.
So I think what I'm going to do, at least for a little bit, is the last movie, because I surprised Lauren with these movies as we're sitting down to watch them right before we record this.
Yes.
The last movie was from 1988, last week's movie.
Okay.
This movie was from 1989. I think we're going to go at
Year
least
by year?
through the 90s. I'm going to pick one movie from each year.
Okay.
But I will try to take it a little easy on you. Like, I won't do a skateboarding movie for the rest of this run.
That's nice.
And then we'll do these in, like, in seasons. Like, we'll do Halloween ones.
Yeah.
But then we'll
Christmas.
also... Yeah, and then when there's nothing after Christmas, we'll let people recommend stuff.
Yeah.
Or we will pick movies with different themes and do, like, a run of them to kind of
Okay.
keep them...
consistent
to kind of explore, like to kind maybe even like break it up and like see, like I don't know, but
Yeah.
that was just my thought. But if anybody else has thoughts that they have other better ideas, they probably do, because my ideas aren't great when I'm sober and I'm baked. What?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, neither do I. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing more of this. We're gonna hit you guys with a little weekly segment next time called Condo Goss. Little condo gossip. We got a lot of gossip going on in our condo, but I don't feel like getting into it now.
No.
We got some crazy neighbors all around us. Really, we're surrounded by fucking crazy people. And maybe that means we're crazy, but really not.
Maybe people
really
think
no.
We're crazy.
Like these,
we're not though. Like when you hear what
just like some DMV stuff.
Sometimes.
I'll give you some
DMV, like the DMV.
Yeah, it's like there's.
When you
go
get your license.
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, and the other thing, real quick, just some last piece of general housekeeping, is that these are going to be dropping on Monday mornings after this one. After this one, we're going to have them drop every Monday morning. And then if we do an extra one, it'll, for a week or whatever, it'll drop later in the week, like Wednesday or Thursday. But we're going to have an episode drop every Monday morning at like 6 a.m. And thank you guys for listening.
Thank you.
Please feel free to give us suggestions on movies or just things we could do better. And we will see you guys Monday morning. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Stay safe and baked. Oh, also,
wait. Stay safe and baked.
Real quick. We decided we had to have a rating system. Would you?
Oh my God.
Would you watch this again?
No.
Yes. No. Okay.
Never. Sorry. Never again.
I'm gonna watch it again this weekend. All right. See you guys. Stay safe.